Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to my Platinum Trophy Guide for Metro Exodus. In this video I'm going to go through everything you need to know when it comes to the Platinum for Metro Exodus. The video is going to be split up into two parts like the previous video I did for Resident Evil 2. The first part will be kind of a roadmap giving you a general idea of what to expect when going for the Platinum and my personal recommendation of how to go about it. Then the second part will be more of a casual look through my trophy list looking at each trophy individually. In that part I'll break down how and when to get the trophies. So first of all, buy this game, it's absolutely fantastic. It's the best game in one of the best single player first person shooter franchises. There's no forced multiplayer here, just 100% story driven gameplay. I don't know about you, but that's exactly how I like my games. The game is slower paced with exploring and resource management. Think of it more of a Fallout type game rather than a Call of Duty. The trophy list is pretty standard stuff when it comes to the number of trophies. There are 50, 40 bronze, 6 silver, 3 gold and a platinum. Only 3 of these trophies are missable as they pertain to the end of the game and which ending you get. There are 2 endings to this game, good and bad. There's a trophy for getting each of those, and then there's a trophy for making sure that your whole crew was with you at the end of the game, kind of like a good ending plus. The rest of the trophies can be gotten via chapter select if you miss any. You will have to start from the beginning of each chapter though, there's no checkpoint select. I've listed the 3 ending trophies as missable, but you could technically rewind your playthrough with chapter select, making different choices and continuing on through the story until the end. So you could consider those as half playthroughs if you need to do those. So the game is broken down into 10 chapters, bookended by an introduction and a finale. Only 6 of the 10 main chapters are actually full gameplay chapters. The other 4, winter, spring, summer and autumn, are what I would consider kind of filler chapters. That's not to say that they're there to pad out the game, they actually serve as links between the main chapters and move the story forward. You just won't be doing any shooting, they're kind of interactive cutscenes. The whole story only takes about 10 hours to complete and you'll have to play through it twice, once for the good ending and once for the bad. But also on your first playthrough you'll be finding collectibles and getting miscellaneous trophies out of the way, so I'd expect the Platinum to take about 25 to 30 hours. Difficulty wise the game is very accessible, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Maybe a bit less if you're proficient at first person shooters. For your first playthrough I'd advise playing on normal, easy or whichever difficulty you like and going for the bad ending. The reason for this is that the bad ending involves killing a lot of people and engaging in combat constantly, so a lower difficulty is going to help you out here. Then on your second playthrough go through again, but this time on Ranger Hardcore mode and go for the good ending plus, making sure your whole crew survives until the end. The reason for this is that during this difficulty you're going to try and want to avoid combat as much as possible and stealth through a lot of the sections, meaning you won't be killing as many people. Doing this pretty much guarantees a good ending. There will be a couple of extra things you'll need to do, but I'll explain them shortly. Ranger Hardcore mode is like insta-death mode, you only need to get hit 2 or 3 times and you're dead. The enemies are hyper accurate too. So the endings. I do have a full video covering the endings on my channel, but I'll go through them briefly here. There are 2, good and bad. To get the good you need to have 2 of the 3 crew members stay with you until the end, and for the bad you need to have 2 of the 3 crew members leave. The crew members that can leave are Duke, Demir and Alyosha. They each have a chapter where they play a prominent role. Chapters 3, 6 and 8, Volga, Caspian and Tega. During these chapters your actions matter. What it mainly comes down to is whether you kill people or spare them. The only chapter where you need to do a little bit extra is chapter 6, the Caspian. You need to save some slaves as well. Like I said, I do have a separate video going into more detail about this, the link will be below. Apart from story related, difficulty collectible and ending trophies, there are a lot of chapter specific ones and a lot of miscellaneous ones, like kill 300 mutants, kill a demon with fire and kill the catfish. I'm going to go more into detail about each trophy in this next section where I take a more casual look at the trophy list. Okay, so let's take a look at the trophies individually. Obviously we have the Platinum first, we all know what that's for. Then the rest, probably half of the list, is chapter specific ones. Missable, well kind of missable, you'll have to redo the chapter if you do miss them. And story related ones. There will be spoilers, but obviously I'm going to be talking about each trophy individually. Just story spoilers, I'm not going to go deep into the story or anything, just I'm going to go over those briefly. But you may see something that will spoil something, so I'll just warn you now. So we've got this first one. This is one of the technically missable ones. If you do miss it, you'll have to go back and redo the chapter. Brakeman, for detaching all of the train cars in the Moscow level, which is the first level or chapter. It's right at the end of the chapter. You get chased down by another train, you jump over to it, and you need to detach the 2 train cars with little buttons on the one you're going into. I do have a trophy guide for this one on my channel, so check that one out for more details. Complete the Moscow level, obviously that's story related. You'll get that for just finishing the level. Name the locomotive, this is story related during chapter 2, which is one of the filler. I want to say filler, it's not a good word, but I can't think of a better one. But it's not a full chapter, they're just sort of story related, extended cutscene type things. Get into the boat, this is chapter 3 now, the Volga. Story related, you'll get that. Just follow the story along, it's very, very early on. Get into the trolley, this is quite later on in the chapter, but again, story related. Find the guitar and teddy bear in the Volga level. Now these are kind of, well, collectibles I suppose, but halfway through the chapter you'll be asked to find a teddy bear and a guitar. You're pretty much shown where they are, but I do have a video guide, so you can go and check that out for that one. Yeah, it's one of the missable ones. You will have to redo it if you don't get them. They're optional. Find the passenger car. That is, yeah, that's story related. I'm just getting a bit confused then with the previous. Get the trolley. You get that one pretty much straight after that one. Kill the catfish is another optional one. The catfish is the big, that's not a very good picture, fish that chases you throughout chapter 3, the Volga. And you have the option to kill him right at the end, just before the Railwayman trophy, just before you get into the trolley. Again, I have a video showing that, but the switch, I don't know if you can see on the picture. Yeah, I'm kind of next to it there. You have to hit that switch to rotate the track round, but if you drop the corpses into the water beforehand, the catfish will come along and you can kill it. That's pretty much, and that's my phone. Should have hid those first anyway. Duke survives. This is one of the it's not a good picture, ending ones. This is still on chapter 3, the Volga. Duke is quite easy to make sure he survives. All you have to do is the last part, the tugboat and the bridge, is do stealth for that whole section, or 2 sections, and he will survive as long as you're just good throughout. Don't kill unnecessary people, and you'll get it. And yeah, again, I have a full endings guide, so you can check that one out, but it's very easy. I got this one out without trying. You can see there on the date and the time. I was just playing along and unlocked that one without trying, so you'll probably do the same. Complete the Volga level, obviously story related. Kill 90 cannibals is actually a chapter specific one, chapter 5, Yamantau. Cannibals can only be found in that level. They are just normal people or soldiers gone rogue, gone completely mental in fact. Yeah, 90, you should quite easily, you see there, this is the end of the level. There's a massive horde, and I don't have the minigun there, I think I ran out of ammo, but you should be able to kill 20, 30 quite easily in that section, and you kill quite a lot during that. So this was my first time through the game and I got that, but you'll have to play twice, so you'll easily get that, don't worry about that one. Complete Yamantau, which is chapter 5. Drive the Buk Hana, which is chapter 6, the Caspian. It's part of the story, can't miss it. It's the little, the Caspian is a very open chapter, and you have a vehicle to drive around in. Carmageddon, that's the one. Obviously alluding to the old game from the 90s. So basically just run people over, because that's what you did in that game. Can be anything, not just people or soldiers, anything that is runnable, overable. That was a terrible word. Zombies, or not, I don't want to say zombies, but they're kind of man mutants, I think they call them in the game. You can run those over. As soon as you get the Buk Hana, actually, there's a group of 4 stood right in front of you as you go down the road, and then a little bit afterwards there's another group of 4. So that's 8 already. You have to do that twice, so that's 16. You will be running people over quite a lot. You just see them on the road. And if you want to get it out of the way, just deviate off the road and just find some things. I think this is what I'm doing in the picture. Just go and find people out and just run them over. That's it. Simple as. Use the bucket lift. This is a chapter specific one for the Caspian. If you're stealthing this part, you have to go here as part of the story to get the water truck with Demir. If you're stealthing it, you're going to have to use the bucket lift pretty much, because especially if you're trying to avoid killing people. I have a video guide for this one as well, so check that out. Find the maps, story related, for still in the Caspian. You'll go underground. That's where you get those. Demir stays with the crew. Again, this is one of the ending type ones. Demir is one of the people you have to get to save to be with you at the end of the game. If it's not as simple as Duke, you can't just, well, you do have to just spare or kill people, but you also have to save some slaves, 2 groups of slaves throughout the Caspian chapter for him to come with you. I did everything else right and he wouldn't come with me until I saved the slaves, so you have to do that. Again, I have a video showing that, so yeah, all linked below. All videos, all guides will be linked below this one, so individually you can go and check those out. But yes, he's a bit more difficult. Complete the Caspian. Yep, simple as. Just finish the level. Attend the wedding in the summer level or chapter. This is one of the filler ones on the train. It's story related, so you're not going to miss that one. Decommunization. This is chapter 8, the Taiga now. Or Taiga. I keep saying Taiga, it's probably wrong, but never mind. There's a statue right at the beginning. That's not a good picture at all, and for some reason my trophy picture's not there. There's a statue, you can't miss it, of a man outside the children's school you go to. You can see it in the trophy icon there. Just melee him. You won't have ammo, you won't have guns, you'll just have a crossbow. So you'll have to melee him, his leg will fall off, and that is it. Master of the Forest. This is a missable, well, not missable, but you will have to redo the chapter if you don't do it. The Master of the Forest is the bear. He's known as the Master of the Forest, a large bear throughout the level. You meet him at the church for the first time, and if you don't take him on, if you just run back up the ladder, cut the ladder down and run up it, you'll miss the opportunity to get this. You'll have to actually keep shooting at him, throwing molotovs and things until he runs away like he does in the picture here, and then the trophy will unlock. You'll have 2 opportunities to do this. I'd do it on your easy one. Obviously it's going to be a lot more difficult on hardcore, ranger hardcore mode. So that's that one. Take part in the Admiral's tea party. The Admiral is the crazy dude you meet near the end of the chapter. You do have to go through his little hideout to cut down that wire you can see in the background there. To move on, it drops a ladder down and then you move on. He will be talking at you and you can just walk straight past him, or if you stick around he will offer for you to join him for a tea party. You have to do that and sit there for about 10 minutes and listen to him ramble on to his 2 dead companions to get that trophy, but that's all you need to do. But again, that is a missable one, or technically kind of missable. You'll have to redo the chapter if you missed that one. Complete Taiga without attacking anyone or getting noticed. So no picture, but complete the entire chapter without engaging in combat, basically. It's actually very simple. There are only 4, I think the 4 camps or hideouts that you have to move through. Actually only 3, you can avoid one of them. I didn't really notice that until I replayed it for a 3rd time, which was a bit stupid of me, but yeah, because earlier on anyway, I'm not going to go through it, but yeah, I do have a guide for this one. Just stealth it. You'll have to be a bit more patient because you can't attack anyone, so you can't knock them out or anything. You're just going to have to be patient, but there is a very clear, well, kind of clear path to take. You just have to be patient and let people path past you. Easily done. Alyosha or Aloysia, I'm not quite sure I say Alyosha, but yeah. This is the third and final crew member that can leave, and this is for making him stay, obviously. Well, he doesn't leave, he gets injured, which does affect the ending in the same way. Just don't kill anyone. You'll get it. If you do Forest Child, you'll get Alyosha. So those two are pretty much together. Again, guides, I have them all below. Complete Taiga. So yeah, actually I'll just explain. Yeah, don't kill anyone. And if you do, I'll go into that later on actually. Yeah, never mind. Complete Taiga level. Yeah, obviously that's easy enough. Pass through the putrid tunnel. This is during the last chapter, the Dead City. The putrid tunnel is story related. That's the one. So don't worry about that one. Pass through the research facility without killing a blind one. So the blind ones are large gorillas at the end of the game pretty much. It's the last enemy you'll encounter. Don't kill them. They're really tough. They're big gorillas, so you want to avoid them anyway. They are blind, but they've got very keen sense of smell and hearing. So on your easy difficulty, it's going to be quite easy. And even on Ranger Hardcore, you can pretty much run past them. The last two, at least, you want to run past them because there's glass on the ground and they will hear you. But yeah, have a guide for this one. Guide for guide. Quite simple. And then we have the full strength, which is for having a full crew at the end of the game. So this is for if you do the Alyosha, Duke and Demir trophies, and then this. So you need to do it all in one go, and everybody needs to be there at the end. It's like a super good ending. I'm not going to show that picture because it might give away too much. But yeah. Again, I have the full strength guide down below. But if you're going to be good, just don't kill anyone. It's as simple as that, apart from Demir where you have to free the slaves. If you just don't kill anyone, you'll get through this, no problem. Well, not kill anyone. Obviously the bandits you can kill, but people will ask you throughout, especially during Chapter 8 Taiga, you'll be asked not to kill the pirates and the pioneers by Olga. So it does tell you, the game sort of does tell you which people not to kill, but bandits are always okay. So anybody who's attacking you before you sneak into their ground, if that makes any sense, are fair game, basically. If you're forced to fight them, they're fair game, don't worry about those. Complete the game in Ranger Hardcore mode. The Ranger Hardcore mode is brilliant. It's the best type of hard difficulty, I think. There's no HUD. Oh, I can't show you anything. So you don't know how much ammo you have unless you press R1 on the PlayStation. And then it'll bring up the weapons menu, but obviously you're not firing at that time, and it's a bit tricky to do in the middle of a firefight. So you have no idea of how much ammo you have or anything. It's just a screen of gameplay. Nothing is shown to you at all. And if you get hit 2 or 3 hits, you're gonna die. So it's very quick. You want to avoid all combat. It's basically how the game should be played. It's really good, but it's fair as well. It is difficult, but if you sneak around and if you use the game's mechanics properly, it's not difficult at all. Especially as the checkpoint system is very good. You don't get quick save, that's removed from the game and with Ranger Hardcore, so you will have to rely on checkpoints. You can't save before doing an area. But yeah, it's very fair. There's checkpoints all the way through. So yeah, ammo conservation is probably your most important thing. But later on I did find I did have more than enough. So don't worry about that. Yeah, again, I have a full playthrough of this on my channel, each chapter. So if you need that. Save Anna by paying the ultimate price is the bad ending. So if 2 of the 3 crew members, Demir, Duke or Alyosha, leave, you'll get the bad ending and this trophy, and then your destination is the good ending. If 2 of the 3 stay, you'll get that. So again, see that guide for that one. And that is all the chapter specific and story related ones, and now we're on to more of the miscellaneous and collectible type. Install a modification. Jesus, video is long. Install a modification of each category on a single weapon. Some of each category on a single weapon. Yes, sorry. So you have workbenches. You can actually do this outside of workbenches because you can drop your backpack down and do it. But you have the 5 categories there. You have the lasers, the extra extended clips, scopes, muzzles, and stocks. You'll find those throughout the game. Just equip one of each onto any gun, and you'll get this trophy. You pick them up, especially with enemy guns. If you press circle, hold circle, you'll strip the gun and take any parts. So you'll be, yeah, you can do that quite easily. Spend 500 chemical resources on cleaning weapons. This is the last trophy I got. I had to actually redo. What chapter am I on? The Taiga on Ranger Hardcore to get this. Cleaning weapons is a thing you can only do at benches. They will degrade as you use them, but it's very slow. The best way to do it, if you need to kind of grind it out afterwards, is on the Taiga. You get a crossbow, and it's pretty much filthy and rusty at the beginning, but you do have to get past the bear. Once you pass the bear, you get to your first workbench, and you can clean it up there, and it takes about 30, I think it was, 30 chemicals. You want to make sure you have enough, but there is a checkpoint just before, so you can kind of grind it out there if you need to. But if you're aware of this beforehand, I was kind of ignoring it. I thought it was less than 500. I didn't check properly. But yeah, it didn't take too long. It was only 3-4 saves, something like that. It's only 100 under, I think I was. But yeah, just reload, and if you do find, actually get this out that way, if you do find you have a very dirty weapon, you can save and reload, and you'll get it that way. The Handyman, spend 500 consumable resources on crafting. You'll be doing this a lot. Crafting is pretty much essential, especially bullets, gas filters, mask filters, and first aid kits in Ranger Hardcore. You'll do that quite easily. I think this is the first play I got through. I probably got that one. Find all the upgrades for Artyom's suit. There are 8, I want to say. Is it 8 or 16? I forget. I do have a full collectibles guide where I pick up all of the suit upgrades, all of the postcards, and all of the notes. So yeah, that'll be linked below. But I could only find, yeah, the goggles are twice in the game. I'm not even sure if they count for this trophy, the infrared goggles, but they're only in chapter 6, the Caspian, and chapter 3, the Volga, if I remember correctly. They're only in those two, sorry. So you can get them all in before the end of the game, way before the end of the game. Patch gas mask. If you are wearing a gas mask during combat and you get hit multiple times, your gas mask will break and you'll have to patch it. So press L1 and that's that. After running out of filters in a hazard zone, craft a new one while suffocating. Charming. So yeah, just let your filters run out, so you don't have any, and then when you're in a hazard zone, your filter will run out, and then just craft a new one while he's choking, basically. Very simple. 300 mutants. Where am I doing this? Oh, that's good. I think this is the Volga. Oh, it's up at the top when we're getting the keys, I think. But mutants are throughout the game a lot. Don't even worry about it if you are doing, well, you will be doing 2 playthroughs. You'll get that one. Especially during the first one, kill as many as you can. I mean, if you're running over mutants as well for the Carharmageddon, whatever it was called, you'll be getting at least 50 there as well. Kill 50 enemies from long distance. This is another one I had to kind of grind, or I found a good spot at least anyway. During the Caspian, there is a tower with a sniper on it, Anna points it out about halfway through the chapter. If you go up and kill him, he has a... what's the gun called? I should have had a list up. Valve. He has a valve with a scope, which is basically a sniper rifle. It's like a bolt action rifle. Pick that up, and then a group of 5 or 6 will turn up below you. Just shoot them, or save beforehand. Sorry, quick save. Kill them all. Reload the save. Rinse, repeat. I'm not exactly sure how far long distance is. It doesn't really tell you, but that is far enough away that it works there. So just get it out of the way there. The Tiha, I believe it's pronounced, that's how they say it in the game, is the pump action type gun. You get the hydraulic, is that the right word? It's like a silenced weapon. I didn't use it much throughout the game. I don't use it much, to be honest, but 30 kills with it is quite easy. You can, again, just save and reload a checkpoint if you want to. You may even use it more than I do, so don't worry about it. 30 kills with crossbow. The crossbow is only available during, well, it's available afterwards, but Chapter 8, the Taiga, is where you pick it up for the first time. 30, if you're doing your bad playthrough, you can quite easily get 30 out the way. Again, I would recommend doing that on your first playthrough. Get that done. Human enemies, I didn't have to grind this. It just came naturally. Again, if you're on your bad playthrough, if you're killing everyone, 300 is not a problem. 2 playthroughs, you'll easily do that. Melee kill or stun. So, this is quite a good picture actually. Yeah, so square to melee hit, or no, triangle, sorry, to kill, melee kill, and then stun is square when you get the option. So sneak up and do that. Kill 3 enemies using the sniper scope while wearing gas mask and using the infrared goggles, or night vision as it's called. Night vision can be got in the Volga. If you want to know where the goggles are, they are in my collectibles guide. I'll show you how to get them there. So all you need to do is equip all 3 layers, the gas mask, the night vision goggles, and then have a sniper scope, which you pick up from the plane at the beginning. I believe there's an AK in there which has a sniper scope. It's the 4x scope. And then just use it, kill 3 enemies, simple. There is another set of night vision goggles in the Taiga, the school. If you go underneath the bridge right at the beginning and off to the left, and then downstairs in the second part of the school, there's some night vision goggles down there as well. Kill a demon with fire. The demon are the large flying things that grab you if you're moving too slowly in the open world. I do this in the Volga. There is a video of this on my channel. There's a nest where you can see the teddy bear just to the right there. That's the teddy bear you need to collect for the other trophy a lot earlier on. There's a nest with a demon in it. Just make sure you have a Molotov when you go up there. Throw it in. Job done. Final 70 hidden diary pages. This is weird. There's 71 in the game, but one keeps coming back, and it's the one at the beginning of the Taiga where the bolt gets shot down at you. So I don't know if that one actually counts, but you're going to be picking it up anyway. I have the full guide for that one, but there is 71, maybe 70 if that one doesn't count, but you pick it up anyway. Final 21 postcards is the other part of the collectibles. Again, I have a guide for it. There's, yeah, you find them stuck to the walls as you move throughout the game. Find a tune on the radio. The radio is, you use this first time during chapter 2, the winter. It's when you're on the train, you can use the radio. You'll be asked to tune it in to find a specific station, and then after that you can go back to the radio and retune it. If you just tune it to roughly where I am there, you'll get the trophy, because it's a music radio. And there's the entire list. Fairly easy, very straightforward. The only things you really need to worry about are the endings, but once you know how to sort that out, or sort your playthroughs out, that's not really a problem. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you very much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I hope this guide helps you through your travels across the Russian wasteland. The game is very picturesque, and if you're interested in seeing the pictures I managed to get while playing, just head over to my Twitter. I post all my in-game pictures over there. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.